Right, guys, welcome to the stream. I thought I might as well watch it with you as I'm going to watch the exit poll, so why do it alone? I can do it with yous lot and I'll chat to the chat instead of sitting here talking to someone else, because, quite frankly, I was too busy to sort one out. But how is everyone doing? I'm assuming everyone's going for reform because it's like Tories or Labour. Who wants that shit? I'm assuming everyone can hear me as I'm seeing Hybert in the chat, so that's always good. Right, yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Hopefully we don't actually have to wait too long for some real results to come in, but I won't be staying on all night because I've got things to do tomorrow. But I'll live stream in the morning when we know some results and can maybe laugh at some Tories losing their seats. Because I know that's all I fucking want. I don't really care about anything else. This is just about getting rid of some traitors. And then 5 years' time we can get rid of some Labour traitors. Because this is not going to be a short journey. I promise you that. Vote reform and use a pen. Yeah, I've seen people saying this. There was actually pens at the polling station when I went earlier, but other people have told me that there was pencils there, so if you took a pen, you were smart. Evening all who are just joining. Yep, we're just waiting for the exit poll results. I want to see how bad the Tories get mauled. How many seats are we predicting for the Tories? I want 0 seats, obviously. In fact, we've got a little slide of 0 seats prepared, ready for it. Seeing 0 seats, 65, 0, 93. One is funnier than 0. Yeah, I'd actually agree with that, probably, to be honest with you. One token Tory, or token traitor, as you could call it. Yeah, I'm 0. I'm 0 myself. Galloway party splits the vote. That would be great. Yep. My only interest in Galloway's party, as he seems to be backed by foreigners. And you know, I'm not about that. Yeah, everyone can point and laugh at one Tory. Oh, mate. I can't imagine what that would be. Oh, we got a Tory fan in there, the one remaining. I thought your voice was AI. No, I just sound like a cunt. That's all it is. Not AI. How long until the exit polls? About 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah, the popcorn out. I've taken shares in popcorn companies, so they're sending me bags by the millions. Yeah, anyone who remembers from 2019, 2020 when I used to do the streams, definitely me. Not even AI can be this rude. All right, exit poll is here. Let me get it on the screen for you. Where is it? No, that is not the right one. There we go. Exit poll. Labour to win a landslide. Imagine my shock. Reform UK, 13. So all of those things that said Reform was going to get, what was it? 1, 2, 3? Bollocks. 13. For a new party, that's not bad. 131 for the Tories, though. I am devastated. I'm telling you now, I'm devastated. Absolutely wounded by that. 131 is 131 too many. Or 130, as some people say. Could have voted for a cat today, yep. My option was Reform or mainstream parties. I really wanted to wipe my ass with the ballot because it would have been about as much use as voting. I'm in a Labour stronghold. Even Brexiteer Labour vote MPs got put in place here. It's that bad. Like, this is Labour through and through. Yeah, everyone's saying too many. 13 seats is really good for Reform. Yeah, that's massive. They beat the fucking SNP. The SNP are on 10. 10. 10. They're the 0 seats in Scotland, the SNP. Green Party too. That's disappointing. I wanted to see them on 0 seats as well. But yeah, 131 Tory voters. I guess the screaming and shouting from the Conservative wets saying, oh, Labour this, Labour that. They got some of them voting for him at least. It worked a little bit. 19 other MPs. I don't like that. And actually, I think with Sky News or someone's election thing somewhere had, yeah, just other. And they haven't even updated it yet, so that's bloody useless. Yep, Sly News. What do I need from Texas? Absolutely love your videos, mate. Nothing. Stick a like on the video. That's sweet. Shout out to Blue Van Man in the chat. The good thing about the Tories getting 131 seats. Just plastic tits Gareth Vorderman up for a bit. Yep, I'll go with that. Small victories, but I'm still devastated. Nothing's gonna console me with this one. Nothing. Absolute wet wipes have voted for the Tories. They should have sent them a message. Is Rishi Sunak going to lose his seat, though? That's the next thing. That's as good as 0 seats. Who thinks 0 seats involves 131 seats loses Rishi? How many people in the chat? Let me know. Rishi is off. We'll survive 5 years of Labour, but I don't think Labour will survive 5 years of Labour. That's the thing. I can't see Labour staying all happy and Larry together in 5 years. I mean, they can't even survive an election cycle without chewing each other's bloody face off, can they? Super Chat says, whoever is voting Labour needs serious therapy. This without doubt. But guys, you don't need to send Super Chats in. I'm reading the chat anyway. Just post it again and I'll hopefully get round to seeing it. Don't waste your money on a fucking Super Chat. I'm just devastated. And Sky News have got bloody Andy Burnham on there. I can't look at that. Like looking at my own arsehole. Another election within 2 years. I don't know if it'll be an election. It'll be a change of leader, and then they'll do what the Tories do. They'll pass the buck between about 6 different leaders with no election, and then eventually get round to one, and then we can 0 seats them with any sort of luck. Cold Bird says we're fucked, without shadow of a doubt, but that was always the case. I don't know if you've been awake for the last 5 years, but we've been pretty fucked over them. The real thing is, how many rich people are going to evacuate the country now? Going to become like a leper island to the rich with Labour in. That is the best live stream. It's the most impromptu, low rent one that's been done. I thought of doing it about 20 minutes ago. Maybe 25 minutes ago now. I wish this bloody chat was bigger so it was easier to see. Either that or I'm going blind. Tories and Labour are 2 cheeks of the same backside. Has been since they took down Maggie. It has been since long before then. Since before us peasants could vote, mate. Just now they make us think we have a say. The illusion of democracy. I can't think of one competent Labour politician. They're a shambles, thick as mince. That's insulting to mince. But you're not wrong, and I'd say that about every politician. Like, Labour don't hold the candle on that one, mate. They all have it. They're all as corrupt and useless as each other. And even when a new party arrives and we think it's going to go good, eventually they'll turn on the people because their only interest will be power. That's how these things go. I'm pretty sure I said exactly the same thing in 2019. And look what happened there. Everyone was like, oh yeah, Brexit's over now, you got nothing to worry about. And I said the Tories will betray us. Guess what? They fucking did. I mean, I'm hardly Mystic Meg. It was kind of obvious. They do it every time. Power corrupts, yep. Graham, 100% spot on, mate. It corrupts. Yeah, Boris shat it out the window, mate. He didn't just blow it. Fired it out like fucking projectile diarrhea. Guy went from man of the people to man of the globalists, locking down the country, dancing around while people's nans and granddads died in care homes. With old Matt Hancock by his side. Don't believe the exit polls. Don't believe any polls. But that's what they're saying. That's what they've given us. Prime Minister Starmer. Yeah, it was always going to happen. Anyone who didn't think it was going to happen is dreaming. Labour was always going to get in. Now it's just going to be how long can he hold it together? Because personally, I think they'll be in civil war by tomorrow. Actually, thinking about it, where is that? Yeah, there's a list here, apparently, of seats to look out for. Which, for me, just has me looking through for scumbags to get rid of. I don't know about yous lot. Where is it? I've lost it. No, I haven't. There it is. Jeremy Hunt, obviously. How many people want to see him go? Shame it's to the Lib Dems, but... actually, yeah. I don't think replacing one prick with another is going to be anything decent. Is Rayner going to go out? I'll sing if Rayner goes. I can't see it. But I will sing. I'll do a little song for you guys. Video song. Telling you. Yeah, Mick says war is coming and not with the Russians. Yeah, that's right. It's coming between Labour. I mean, I've been watching the last, couple of weeks, some Labour pages, and they spend more time shitting on Starmer than they actually do shitting on Reform or the Tories. Actually, no, probably they shit on the Tories more, but they hate the fucking Tories, didn't they? John, welcome to the stream, mate. Yeah, I'm all good. I hope you're well. Can't wait for the song. I can't sing. It will be atrocious. People think my voice is AI when I'm just talking. Imagine what it's going to be like when I'm bloody singing. Cat being strangled, dragged through a bush backwards and kicked up the arse. That's about what it will sound like. Rayner likes shagging married men. Well, I'm not her husband, and that's all on her. Growler probably looks terrible, though. Someone made a load of parody songs not allowed on YouTube. Don't surprise me. I remember Tailed Features parody song about Shamima Begum. I've still got it somewhere on the computer. I need to find it out. They kicked that off of YouTube. Anthony, hi. Welcome to the stream. Everyone who's joining. Looks like rotten beef. Don't. I plan on having some beef tomorrow. You'll put me right off that. Some Trout's growler still cracks me up. Just seemed like an easy way to describe it. I didn't really think it was that funny. Oh yeah, you got anyone who wants to start a channel now has got endless content with Labour in a thingy. Labour in office. It's going to be a clown show daily. You thought the Tories were bad. You ain't seen nothing yet. You know the name Jim Hayward from the Met Office? Look up his job title. I will do at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if Rayner was banging the police involved in that case. I highly doubt it. Would be fucking funny if she was, but I highly doubt it. Farage win? Yeah, I think he's guaranteed to win, isn't he? I do think he's pretty much guaranteed. I think it's odds on for him to win there. I mean, his opponent did a runner, didn't he? Or got dragged away by Starmer. I suppose drinking white man's tears don't go down well in an area that's like, what, 93% white or something like that? Yeah, it'd be like me standing in Brixton drinking black man tears. That ain't gonna go well. It really ain't. Especially not if I want to get fucking elected. Why has Theresa May been given a damehood? Because they're all corrupt? She did what they wanted, I suppose. I don't know. Bipedal species says, "I hate you. Vote for me." Yeah, that's about Labour's way of saying they want to get the right on side. Call us Nazis and then say, "Oh no, we'll get rid of immigrants." Yeah, of course you will. We still remember the last time you imported them all. You started it. The Tories just finished it. 170 majority, not the 400 predicted. Yeah, it's not as good for Labour as they thought, but they'll still be singing and act like the whole country's behind them with that, when obviously they're not. Most people just fucking hate the Tories now. That's it. I mean, I was actually hoping at the start of this election that Nigel Farage wouldn't jump in, Reform wouldn't really get anywhere, and no one would bother voting. We would have record low turnout. The Tories would get annihilated still, so we could still go for 0 seats. But there'd be a record low turnout, and no one could say they had a mandate to do anything. In fact, the country would be telling them all to bugger off. Obviously, that didn't happen. Nigel come in, he livened things up a bit. Everyone got excited about it, and now we'll have probably still a low turnout, but I don't think it will be disastrously low. Oh, his job title's Aerosol Research Manager, Geoengineering. Anyone? Met Office admitting it now. Yeah, I don't know if they've been hiding aerosol research. They'll just try and argue what they're doing. That's how they get round shit. Maybe a coalition? No, hopefully not. You can't join the Tories. The Tories are a dead horse. Like, it's already dead, been shot and beaten a few times. Like, there's no point in joining that. There won't be, there's hardly any of them left to join anyway. Reform just need to focus on trying to get rid of as many of the Tories and Labour next time around. They need to play a long game. They ain't gonna get him anytime soon. Maybe 5 years. I doubt even 5 years, more like 10. And then even still, I doubt that. I wouldn't be 100% sure they'd ever get in. The system's corrupt. I don't think Labour and the Tories would ever allow it. They'll start working together after this to change the system so Reform can't get fucking votes. We would all end up in the gulag soon with Labour, possibly. Draining the swamp. Yeah, we remember that one from 5 years ago. That one didn't happen, did it? The swamp took over and we ended up in lockdown. Getting drained. Having our kids fucking mental health abused. But no, with the election, I wanted low turnout. I wanted no one interested in it, which was, at first, that was the case. None of my viewers really talked about the election, cared. Many laughed at Rishi Sunak standing in the rain like a prick, but that's what happens when you're a prick, I suppose. But yeah, I was hoping that people would wipe their ass with the ballot paper. That was my hope. But I didn't get that hope, and instead, we've now got 13 Reform MPs that can cause a little noise in Parliament. That should be a laugh. But I wanted 0 seats, as you can see by the... let me get rid of that stupid fucking thingy. Where is it? Get rid of Sky News. Who wants to watch Sky News? We wanted 0 seats, and now we're just devastated. Ricardo, yes, the Labour Party is leading. They're like 400 seats or something like that. I'm so depressed by the Tories getting 131 that how many Labour got don't even bloody matter. Tories getting anything more than 1 for most people in the chat was devastating. Me, I might have to contemplate life itself, it's that bad. Obviously, I'm joking before anyone starts getting worried. Shouldn't have to, but in this day and age, you never know. Obviously, though, exit polls can be wrong. I will say that. I have said it already, but I'll say it. They can be wrong. Reform could end up with 50. Reform could end up with 5. They could end up with 13 like it states. Who knows? Who fucking knows? And this is it. It's just depressing now. 131 seats takes the piss. Formerly ITBC. 100%. Sub your channel. Thank you very much. So Calais to Folkestone Ferry starting Monday, I guess. Nah, they won't wait till Monday. That'll be going Friday, mate. They're already on the way. They're already packing, mate. I'm telling you. The dinghies are already full. What's the weather like out there? Have we got favourable winds? I guarantee half of France is already en route. Shit for crossing the channel for the next few days. Labour will definitely put on ferries then. How much are we betting that Labour put on ferries? I wouldn't be surprised if Starmer and his lot are in the bloody boats going to pick him up. That's campaign material for them. So it says if you want a boat wanker for a neighbour, vote Labour. No, you can vote Tories, Labour, Lib Dems, Green, pretty much any mainstream party you can think of. 100 boats a day. Yep, they've just requisitioned every cross-channel ferry, even the ones going to like Holland and shit like that. Yep, they're all now doing round-the-trip movements across the channel from Dover to bloody Calais. They won't even bother on the beach anymore. They'll be waiting at the ports. But you have got to remember, guys, while it is fun to sit there mocking the fact that Labour's going to import half the third world by the dinghies, you got to remember that more of them actually come by visa, legally. That's the problem at the moment. We're getting, what, 50k illegals a year? 1.2 million legals? Some of which happen to be students' parents for some fucking reason. Like, if you're going university abroad, I don't know about you, but I ain't taking mummy. I'm going to see what local town's about when I'm that age. I don't want mummy and daddy there watching what I'm doing. Certainly not catching me hanging out of the back of some bird. Penguin Overlord didn't vote because he doesn't believe in the system and it's broken. I 100% agree with you. Build a wall in the water. No, you don't need to build a wall in the water. You just, as soon as they arrive, send them back or stop them from getting here. As soon as that happens a few times, you can, you don't need to do anything after that because they just stop coming. And you know, it's been a minute. I don't think we've seen one, have we? Where is it? I've lost it. Did have it here. Seen it in the chat.
Pandemic.
There we go. Someone asked for it. Then the Royal Navy. Yeah, in an ideal world, you could send the Royal Navy, but I don't think you'd actually be able to do anything as the Royal Navy. You can't start firing on unarmed boats as much as many of us might like it. You can't start doing that. Bad look. That Zelda from the Terrorhawks. No, it was a love child between Rod Stewart and fucking a melted Chucky doll. Someone said shop showing Poundland Rod Stewart. Do you know how many comments I get saying the opposite? Yeah, look, see, there's already one in there saying the opposite of that now. Zelda, though. It's 2 million luxury hotels for security guard. We need to build 2 million. Yeah, I think we'll run out of security guards, won't we? Aristocratic utensil, welcome, mate. Yeah, Royal Navy can create a wash to turn the dinghies back, but I just can't see them doing it. I really can't. Yeah, Van Winkle, check the exit poll we lost. We know we were devastated, mate. 131 Tory seats is painful. Painful. Even Reform getting 13 seats is really good for Reform, especially for a new party. It shows that a new party with enough clout online can get somewhere. But the trouble is, we have got 131 Tories and what was it, 400 Labour? Was it 400? 410 Labour predicted. 13 for Reform, 10 SNP, 61 Lib Dems. That's painful. So how are we screwed? Well, we're screwed in every way, but there's just a lot of Labour MPs to screw us. But they'll argue with each other, I think, far too much. Probably end up in civil war by Tuesday. With the far left telling Starmer he's not left enough, and Starmer trying to threaten to kick him out. And we might lose Corbyn. Corbyn might be gone. Someone said 400 parasites. Did you, Diane Abbott's, do the math for you there? 650 odd parasites. Much more than that if you include the Lords. You got to remember, you got all the civil servants in Parliament, not just the MPs. There's 600 and what? 40 odd of them because of the DUP. Yeah, Victoria, war is money, mate. You make money from war. Peace is not profitable. If Rotten says if France say they won't take them, sanction France, no imports from them, no fishing. France, I don't think France said they won't take them. We just don't send them back. That's the problem. I don't think we try to send them back. I don't think they've ever tried to send them back. I'll be surprised if it ever turns out that the Tories or the civil service, who are really the ones who do it, are gonna have sent them back or tried to send them back. Labour, no free speech. Tories, no free speech. It's more of the bloody same. I see something there. There's more people in prison for speech in the UK than there is in Russia. I don't know how true that is, but I've seen it, and I haven't seen anyone refute it, so I assume it is true. You know what the internet's like these days with fact checkers. Jesus. Le Pen has won the first round. Yeah, I see that, David. I don't really cover foreign news because I don't really care, but I did see that. I think I tweeted about it, saying I don't care about foreign news, but seeing Macron lose will be good. I'm sure I said something like that. That's my only interest in that, watching Macron get fucked, because I can't stand him. The Lords aren't all bad. Screaming Lords were such a legend. They're parasites, mate. Same as any politician. The last honest man to enter Parliament was Guy Fawkes. Left ring, right ring on birds, same direction. Yep, 100%. Scotland, surprising though. SNP. What are they going to do now? I don't think anyone wants independence, do they? Are they still going to be demanding a referendum? Look, we got 10 MPs now. We lost like 70% of our MPs or whatever it was. How many do they have to begin with? Yeah, there's more Reform MPs in Parliament than there is SNP. That's the way you got to look at it. That's a blinding result for Reform. They've literally beat the SNP. And they've got a tenth of the vote, 10th of the seats that the Conservatives have got. Which for a new party is not bad. And all the smears, though, they didn't get nowhere, did they? Who did I vote for? I voted for Reform because all I had in my area was Labour, Tories, Lib Dems, Greens and Reform. And Labour won. I don't even need to look. Labour won. Last time Labour won this in 2019 was 91% or 89% or something like that. Labour are not losing this seat. Labour have never lost this seat. No, there was no Workers' Party. There was no independents. That was what was really shocking to me. Like 2019, there was a couple of independents. I suppose they probably learned that they wasted their money. Because just here, I'm in London, you don't get nothing. You don't get nothing at all. Like, it's Labour. Like being in Liverpool. Tories probably get about 5 votes here. Reform will probably get about the same. I'll be shocked if Reform get more than 20 votes. This is this is an incredibly Labour area. But I'm assuming everyone in the chat, with the exception of the very few, voted for Reform. Well, 6 in my family, Reform, yep. We did have one Tory in here earlier. He was brave enough to put his head above the parapet and say he did it. Fair play to him. Braver man than many who did, especially based on the 131 seats. Fucking hell, many of them hid away and then just come out at the end. Blue Van Man voted for Andrew Bridgen. Diddlin Dax would vote reform if he was English. Missed the voting registration. Bridgen for PM. I wouldn't go that far, but he's right on a few things, that's for sure. Matt's a spoiler. I wanted to be an arse wiper. And to be honest with you, voting for reform in my area is essentially like wiping your arsehole on the ballot paper. Same as voting for anyone there. Whoever I vote for makes no difference to our lives, no. Andrew Parker, actor, voted Labour. Yeah. Yeah, did you see that he didn't commit a crime? Which made me laugh because it just tells you that actors can't be arrested for taking part in acting roles. That's literally what that told me. Someone says commies always cheat. No, sometimes they kill. They don't just cheat. But you don't have to be a commie to cheat. You just have to be a politician or involved in politics, really. They fucking love it. Christina says I voted reform regardless of living in central London. Yeah, you like me, you got no hope. You're stuck with Labour. People who love free stuff vote Labour. Yeah. People are just idiots as well. Novara Media even called the Sun newspaper far right. I'm sure Novara Media have actually called Starmer far right, ain't they? But when you're that far left, Jeremy Corbyn might be leaning towards far right for you. Caroline's in Scotland and voted reform. Sunderland results, my neck of the woods, will be in soon. Oh yeah, some of them do come in quite early. I think Farage is about 4 a.m. I might actually get asleep at some point and try and wake up at 4 a.m. and see if he wins. Because that's going to be the real one. Reform getting 13 seats won't really matter too much if Nigel Farage is not in there to completely troll all of the lefties. Twitter will be a cesspit. Let me check Twitter, actually. I've been too busy talking to you guys. I ain't bothered looking at Twitter. I guarantee the screaming. Reform 13 is trending, so you know it's already there. And people are like, Reform 13 seats, SNP 10 seats, pure elation. Yep, that's exactly what I said. Reform 13, SNP 10, everyone. Fucking brilliant. That's it. You can't be happy with the Tories getting 131 seats. So you've just got to take your small victories in Reform beating the SNP. That's fucking good. And hopefully Reform get a few more and SNP get a few less. Down 38 SNP. Oh, there we go. That's the answer I was asking earlier. I don't know if someone said it in the chat and I missed it. They lost 38 MPs apparently. Fucking hell. Old Fish Lips and Humza Useless didn't do very good for them then, did they? Twitter's full of shit in general, mate. Someone said about the Twitter trends. I just use it to troll people. I love it. You got people like, I'm reporting you. I'm like, go on then. See if I fucking care. Couldn't give a toss, mate. I like their comments saying they're doing it. It's like when I made that video about that milkshake tart and her friend started giving it to me. I'm like, go on, love, you're just giving me content here. She didn't realise who I was. She thought I was just some dickhead. Didn't realise I had a YouTube channel. She just thought I had a couple of thousand followers on a little throwaway burner account. So I let her think that. And then I told her after I'd recorded the video. And then the milkshake tart messaged me a few days later. And I said, come on, love, that was days ago now. You're not even relevant. And yeah, she didn't respond, so I'm assuming I pissed her off as well, but it is what it is. Don't try and shit talk me, it won't work. I'll have a field day with you. That's my evening entertainment, that shit is. Me and the missus have a great laugh. And yeah, internet hookers trying to talk to me, you don't even want it, mate. Frank Bell, good night, mate. Have a good kip. The milkshake tart, see, she's that irrelevant. I don't even remember what her bloody name is, and I made a video about her. What is her fucking name? Guys, thanks for the super chats. Headshot, I see yours. Lammy is already publicly sucking Sama off by calling him Keir Charmer on Sly. I don't even want to know. And the thought of Lammy sucking off Starmer has just made me throw up me breakfast tomorrow. Thanks, mate. The Mercy of Metal Detector, you're a true legend. No, you guys are all legend. Guys, stop sending super chats, though. Just chat in the chat. I'm reading them. Let's go. We don't need super chats. I'll mug people off for free. Who needs TV when you got Twitter for entertainment? That's right. I don't watch TV. I can't bloody stand it. At most, I watch movies from like the 80s, maybe the early 90s. Oh yeah, by the way, if your kids are still up at this, I probably should have put a warning at the beginning. Don't let them watch me. I'm not a good influence. I'm really not. Can we have a pandemic, please? I suppose we can, if we must.
Pandemic.
Only about 0.47 of a second. I still can't believe Farage got him on board. That still baffles me. Still to this day. Red's just bought a rubber chicken on eBay. I don't even want to know why, mate. I don't think anyone does. Because Farage isn't what he says he is. Of course he's not. No one is. He's just a vehicle to get somewhere. Like, Farage ain't the answer to anything. Never will be. He's not going to change anything just yet. The answer's going to come much later. Much later. Farage is just a means to an end. Same with anything. Like, the political party that eventually turns this round doesn't even exist yet, I expect. It's going to take more years of shit before people finally say, fuck this. It's going to take much more. Look, you see how many people are voting for Labour. We're still a way away. We're a way away. And then we got a problem, because I see people calling for revolution. And I'm like, yeah, fair play, but who's funding the revolution? Go back through history, and every revolution was funded by someone, and we got no one funding us. So, yeah, we're a long way from anything. Revolution, politically taking it don't matter. We're a way away. Farage won't be the answer. He's just the first step. The very first step. It may end up in civil war. I wouldn't go that far. I see some people in America touting civil war constantly. I'm sure they've been going into civil war, according to some people, since about 2019, ain't they? But yeah, we're a way away from anything yet. We're away. This is just a protest. Like, you got to remember, like, voting for reform this time is essentially in this election. It's like what I was suggesting, wiping your arsehole on the ballot paper. Because that's essentially what you're doing. You're saying, I'm not voting for the mainstream parties. If it wouldn't have been reform, it could have been someone else that was pro-British. Not an idiot, not going for net zero, not going for the lunacy that the other parties are going for. I mean, it's not difficult. All you've got to do is do the opposite to what the Tories and Labour are doing. That's all you got to do. But they don't do it. The Tories try to be Labour. They literally try to be Labour to stop Labour. Because that's what Labour did to them. If you remember, weren't it Blair and Brown saying they rubbed the right's nose in diversity? Well, the Tories have tried to do that. Look at every time they want to have a leadership election, they're trying to put forward the most diverse candidate they can, not realising their voter base couldn't give a toss about that. Most of them actively wouldn't want it. And the ones that don't care just don't care. But you'll never get that because they're too caught up in the media Westminster scumbag bubble. I wouldn't even call it a media bubble. It's just a scumbag bubble. It's a bubble of scumbags. And they all live in their own gated community world where they don't see reality. They don't see diversity as a strength. That's just a slogan they prop out when someone gets stabbed in their area. That's all that is. They wouldn't know diversity if it come up and mugged them. Many of us have lived diversity for many years. I was born in fucking London. I was born into diversity. But it wasn't as bad as it is now, granted. And diversity back then weren't running around with a chip on its shoulder with me offering them salt to put on it. You know what I mean? Nowadays, everyone and their mother seems to have a chip on their shoulder. And it actually makes me laugh because people were actively racist when I was younger. Now they're not. Completely different. Yeah, that's it. Look, Penguin Overlord says we were playing Spot the White Man in East London in the 70s. Yep, that's correct. Although a lot of London was still majority white back then. I know South London was in places. Some places weren't. Racism used to be great. It used to be both ways. Now it's just against white people, really. That's all I see. I don't really see people being racist towards minorities. I see white people being racist towards white people on behalf of minorities. Let me get that right. I don't really see that many minorities in comparison to the amount of white saviors I see screaming about white people. Let's remember here that it's university educated, middle class tosspots that are white that are screaming most of this crap that you see and hear on the internet. Like, it is fucking not black people, Asian people. Most of them don't even follow politics. They're too busy working 5 jobs to send some home to mum and dad and live in London where they can get a bloody job. That's what they're doing. Or as if it's Deliveroo, like about 10 people using the same account. You know what I mean? 10 illegals using the same account. So yeah, the people mostly screaming about the crap you see about race are literally white people. Middle class lefties who have just come fresh out of their university fucking degree where they've had this shit pummeled into them like the lockdowns and that were into the sheeple in 2020. Yeah, someone said in the chat, this is fun. I would read it out, but I can't. I don't know what the fuck that says. But yeah, this is fun. And I'll tell you something. This is actually a lot more fun than making bloody videos. I might start doing this more often. Making videos is absolutely fucking boring. Mercy, no, I haven't got that clip set up. Like I said, I started doing this about 20 minutes before I actually went live. So I just about got the pandemic set up because I knew people would ask for it. Lewis Hall says racing was almost extinct during my raving days. Yes, but at raves back in the day, everyone was off their tits on ecstasy, so no one was fighting. They were more likely to be fucking. Yeah, I'm telling you, these days, making videos is just not even fun anymore. It's just like, oh, let's talk about this boring subject of how we're getting screwed over by some scumbags. That's just literally like the story of the news these days. Have we got anyone saying that anyone's coming out? I was seeing Sky News are saying how accurate is the exit poll, so they're now saying, oh no, it's not accurate. Reform haven't got 13 seats. That's what that's aimed at, 100%. I don't even need to read it. Someone says start a podcast. Nah, a podcast involves me just sitting there talking and not interacting with the chat. I'd rather sit there doing this. It's much more fun. Sit there talking about stuff directly with you lot, getting your input in it and responding to that is a million times more fun than me just sitting there talking to a fucking screen. Jesus. What I mean, and when I'm making a video, I'm just talking to a screen or a wall or a microphone. Like talking to a lump of shit. There's no enthusiasm in it. YouTube screw you over when they don't like what you say. Well, yeah, I imagine they don't really like most of what I say, but I ain't changing it. I don't care. They can limit most of my videos. I couldn't care less. I don't even argue with it. I just say fuck it. Yeah, Mr. Fusion says, funny doing these streams. Yeah, because I'm just responding to it there and then instead of just talking to a screen where I'm bored out of me tits. Like watching a Labour, like the election rally, you know what I mean? Grab. Actually, I can see Angela Rayner on my screen. Let me get rid of her. Go on Rumble. I'm on Rumble. Actually, I need to check Rumble. Someone said the other day in a comment that my videos weren't uploading to Rumble. What's that about? Lisa, thank you very much. Obviously, there's no filter on this, so if you didn't know that already, yeah, expect colourful language. How many years have you been doing videos now? 5 years. It was actually 5 years the other day, I think. I can't remember exactly when it is, and I ain't scrolling back through all the videos to find out. Matt, yeah, I will go back to streaming. I've been meaning to do it for ages, but loads of shit just keeps getting in the way. Rumble are ripping everyone off. How is Rumble ripping everyone off? Didn't realise Rumble had any way of ripping you off. Yeah, I wasn't even aware Rumble had monetization. Exit poll, Labour 410, Tories 131. Reform got 13, Lib Dems got, was it 16? 61, sorry. SNP got 10, so everyone could celebrate that. Greens have got 2 wet wipes, have someone said in the chat. Conservatives, you have a problem. They have many problems, like losing 258 MPs. So they got 258 problems. Yeah, the Scottish National Party, that's... I still can't get over how they can still call themselves the Scottish National Party, actually. My first bid was May 16th, 2019. Well, there you go, it was May. Shit, I'm well out on when it was. Shows how much I know. But yeah, it's been 5 years. 2019 I started, when I finally got sick of listening to the BBC talk bollocks about Brexit. And I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to start slagging them off. So I did. I haven't listened to any results yet. Well, you just listened to me say it. I hope the SNP get the hoof too. Yeah, so do I. I wanted them on 0 seats. I'd have took Labour, Tories, Lib Dems, Greens, SNP, 0 seats. That's what I'd have took. Paulie P says, Bert, I've been watching you since the camel toe. Shit, the camel toe, man. I've still got that somewhere. I might have to fish that out. That was bloody hilarious. You always catch that winking at you. Remember the old lady gave you a shout out on LBC, yeah. I still remember the Guardian smearing me last election cycle. And who else? They smeared Mar Talsi and a few other people, didn't they? Lowered our numbers that we got for the month to make out like they got more than us, when in reality, both of us got more than them by like 200,000 views or something. It was hilarious. And they actually, with that smear, they gave me like 5,000 followers in about 2 days. It was crazy. No, the settings are not in the chat. The Discord's gone. I need to sort out another Discord. Someone was in there mass reporting shit, so I just closed it down and meant to open another one, but didn't bother. I need to do it. I need to get back to doing streaming again. Yeah, oh my guy says don't bother with Discord, it's an honeypot. Yeah, I know, it was taken over by Microsoft, I think, so it was never going to be bloody great, was it? Let's be honest. Yeah, need to do Shitweasel of the week. I need to do them live, though, because they take so long to sort out. Yeah, I used to do a bit of Flight Simulator. I still do from time to time. I've started playing sim racing now. I should really do a live stream on my gaming channel doing that, but that time I don't really get that much time to bloody do it as it is. Yeah, I think we got the reform. I don't know where it is. I've lost it. I'm an idiot. There we go. I lost it. I did have the reform bot thing, but that's gone. All right, anyway, so I don't think we've got any more real pressing news for the moment coming from this. So I can ignore looking at what they're saying. I don't really care what the mainstream media have got to say about it. I assume you lot don't either. They don't look like they're really saying anything. The Lib Dems are on track for the best result ever. That's painful. That's really painful. BBC is the best source of information. They have a disinformation unit and everything. Yeah, led by someone who lied on their CV to get the job there, innit? Oh no, sorry, failed to. Failed to. Sammy White. Trolls from Susan Oliver channel. I've never heard of them, mate. Got no idea who they are. That's a wonderful thing about being me. I don't have time to watch bloody YouTube channels. Oh, my guy says he gets his news from The Guardian. Well, that's not news. That's just bullshit. It'll be a roller coaster ride with the Lib Dems for sure. Nah, the Lib Dems ain't gonna really do anything. They're like university kids still arguing it out, but really they're like 50. I wouldn't worry about them. Labour will be the problem. Labour are gonna go nuts. They're gonna think that they're the dog's dick and everyone loves them when really they don't. But that could be a good thing because they'll go too far, like the Tories did. Yeah, now they'll think it's 97 again. Yep, I think they'll even be. They'll do more. They'll do much more because they got 410. Is that the best Labour's ever had? Might be the best. Might be near the best. Oh, it's got ties to Moderna. Enough said. Fucking hell. Might as well be Matt Hancock. Francis Palmer, what you do in your spare time, such as having a five-knuckle shuffle, is entirely up to you, my friend. Crack on, though. Cryptic, thanks for the super chat. You didn't need to do it. Just spam the chat with it. Good luck, my brothers and sisters from another country. Hope the pain wakes people up. Yeah, it'll take a few years, but we might eventually get there. I wouldn't hold my breath on it, though. I've got so little faith in the sheep after the last few years. It's incredible. Public really let me down. Headshot, mate. See you later. Yeah, the sheep all did us dirty. Bipedal says, sheep, you any idea what it's like to be Scottish and surrounded by mainly arseholes that believe in magic money tree? Well, I live in London, mate. I'm surrounded by like 7 million sighting arseholes that believe in that magic money tree. Asterio says, who the F voted Labour? Like, probably most of the people within 10-mile square radius of me. And Liverpool. Where else is there? Where else is die-hard Labour these days? They did have the North, but they kind of lost that. Hopefully they ain't got it back. Brum, yeah. Actually, Brum might go the other way. A lot of them are the old pro-Palestine lot, ain't they? So they might go the other way. Because I've seen Starmer's pissed a few of them off. Which is where the Civil War might come from, actually. I'm half expecting that. Amazing that is. The problem, what, 4,500 miles away is going to be the possible end of the Labour Party here. I mean, I'll take it. I don't care. If they want to fight out over some foreign bullshit, let them do it. I don't care. That's on them. Did you hear Kennedy pulled up AOC getting railed by Hunter? Having chats on official. What? No, I didn't see that. Fucking hell. If that's true, Jesus. That's pretty spicy. It's a big if, though. But with politicians and political class, nothing would surprise me. Dirty dogs, mate. Dirty dogs. Rishi will go down as one of the worst PMs ever. He will go down as the worst, by far. The pits, the bottom of the barrel, the basement bin, like, yeah, that's where Rishi will be. But I think we should celebrate the fact that he'll destroy the Tory party for us. That's something we should do. We should celebrate that. We should thank him. Personally, I might have to send him a little love note, telling him thank you for it. Thank you for destroying the traitorous Tories. There's always a plus, yeah, there's always a silver lining. You'll always find a silver lining in there somewhere. And if you can't, well, then we're just fucked, didn't you? That's it. Nothing I can do for you then. Yeah, Starmer will do some dirty tricks with the law. He's a lawyer. Yeah, Starmer will do some dirty tricks. What he'll do dirty tricks with, who knows? Can you please upload all of your to your Rumble? They're supposed to all be going to Rumble. I need to check this, actually. I'll check it after the stream. Tories are dead and buried. No, 131 MPs. They can still drag their ass back from that. But the Tories as a Conservative party are dead and buried, I would agree with you. They can't come back from this, because they're going to come back from this and they're going to veer left. That's where they're going to go. They're not going to go right. They're never going to be Conservative again. I mean, they were never fucking Conservative anyway, let's be honest. But they're never going to be Conservative again. They never were Conservative. They're going to become like the Lib Dems. That's what the Tories will be. Lib Dems. The Lib Tories, that's what you can call them. They definitely won't be right wing though. I mean, they were never right wing, but they won't be even close to as sort of right left as they have been. They're going to be full on left wing. Labour are winning 410 seats, they're saying so far. Lib Dems 61, Tories 131, Reform 13, which people are very happy about. And obviously a lot of people are going to be very fucking pissed off about, but we'll deal with them tomorrow. And probably for the rest of time. Because the screaming about Nigel Farage being in Parliament is going to be biblical. Rishi safe and effective, yep. Rishi safe and effective. And let's not forget Farage and Tice. They were both big fans of the thingy. Fucking Farage even wanted Blair to run the jab program. Never be forgiven for that shit. Same as Hancock, all of them. That's why I'm interested in this, because I want to see some of those traitors from those last few years kicked out of Parliament. I want them gone. I want P45s going all the way round. Handing out like Smarties. That's what I want. P45, P45, P45. I should have got a P45 picture ready for him. Yeah, I'd prefer, Geordie, I'd prefer they were locked up in the Tower of London, but it's not really an option for us, unfortunately. P45 will have to do. Labour is winning. They were always winning. Yeah, you know, like that meme where the guy's spraying money out, making it rain with the cash. We need one of them with P45s. That's what we need. Someone says, as a Scot, it depresses me English people are afraid to fly the flag during the Euros. You know what? I've seen loads of people flying the English flag in London. Fucking loads of them. I was even in East London the other week and they were outside houses there. Though people are flying them, they do still fly them. And in parts of South London, they fly them all the bloody time. You go down Bermondsey area, for instance. There'll be England flags flying outside the houses there all year round. I've walked past them and seen them before. I've been on buses past them. I've been in a cab past them and seen them. So they're definitely there all year round because England don't play that often. The only place you won't really see England flags is bloody government buildings. They'd rather put up the Pride one, wouldn't they? That's why. Yeah, Farage did start to question the jab, but so did Piers Morgan. And I still wouldn't give him a pound of piss. I don't know about anything else. Pride before the fall, yep. Just found out English people still live in London. Nice one, but yeah, we still are here. We're a dying fucking breed. I ain't fucking evacuating my capital city. Bollocks. I was born here. I've lived out of London, so I understand what most people think outside of London. And actually, most of the English people in London think the fucking same, but we're just drowned out by the other crap. None of them will legalise weed due to keeping the status quo. None of them will legalise weed because they just don't care. They don't see it as a vote winner. If they saw it as a vote winner, they'd do it tomorrow. But they don't. And you got to remember what these people see as a vote winner are often vote losers, so they have no idea what's really a vote winner anyway. Look at the shit that the Tories come out with in general. It's just laughable. Not what their base wants. I know that. I expect many of yous were once Tory voters. Same with Labour. Many of yous would also be old Labour voters from back in the day. They don't do what yous want. They never will. None of them ever will. 5 years of Labour. Yeah, I do only think it will be 5 years of Labour, though. I don't think it will be more. I think 5 years will be the maximum. I think they'll fight each other until the death, and then it'll be the death. They'll go the way of the Tories, and then it's going to be a toss-up with what could happen. A new party could take over, but I doubt it. I'll say could. That's like with all the salt in the Dead Sea, sort of could. Big pinch of salt. Another 5 years of WEF, yep. WEF will be all over it. I'm sure Klaus has already got on the blower to Starmer getting ready to penetrate the cabinet, as he says. Another 5 years of soy drinkers, yeah? We've had what? 14 years of some soy drinkers. And we're going to get 5 years. It's going to be 20 years of soy drinkers in total we're going to have. At least. Might even have a quarter of a century of soy drinkers. And people are going to ask for proportional representation. I've been seeing a lot of noise about. Which, yeah, first past the post is shit. But proportional representation is also shit. It means we'll constantly have a coalition government, which will just be a nightmare. Any results yet? Not really results. We got the exit polls. 410 seats to Labour. 131 to Tories. What was it? 61 Lib Dums. 13 for Reform. 10 SNP. 2 for the Greens. So yeah, not good, but good for Reform. Shit the amount the Tories got. Extremely shit the amount Labour got. Shit the amount the Lib Dums got. SNP getting only 10 is great. That's probably the one real pro, nothing bad about it. Reform getting 13, I suppose, there's nothing really bad about that. Everyone loves to see Reform get 1, and plus it's kicking the Tories when they're down. Cryptip, thank you for the massive donation, mate. You didn't need to bloody do it. 13 unlucky for some, if you know this is an omen. No, that's just an exit poll. It'll probably be 1 more or 1 less than that, I expect. But right, guys, I'm going to end it there for now, because I'll probably be back in a few hours, as I've got to get up early. I might get up at 4 and try and do the Nigel Farage, see if he wins. Because that's really what everyone wants to see, and I want to see the instant meltdown 4 a.m. on Twitter of all these people who have stayed up to watch it. So, thank you all for coming and watching tonight. It was a bit of a random one. I'll maybe set it up to, so it's notifying you a bit earlier than last time, because, yeah, I sort of set it up and then just did it. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll leave you with a quick, shit rod.